Barely days after changes in its rotating leadership alongside permanent members, the UN's most powerful body was confronted with the need to take a position on US attacks on Venezuela. Arguments expressed ranged from calls for restraint to questions over the legitimacy of Venezuelan President Maduro and to the legal basis cited by the US for attacking the country. However, what was clear was the need to uphold the principles of the UN Charter, including respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, and the requirement that international disputes be resolved through peaceful means. The US maintains that its military actions were justified as law enforcement operations. Others, including Russia and China, said they were appalled by Washington's failure to even attempt to conceal what they described as its imperialist agenda.
When force is used to control resources, impose governments, or redesign states, we are faced with a logic that harks back to the worst practices of colonialism and neocolonialism. Accepting such a logic would mean to open the door to a deeply unstable world in which countries with greater military capacities can decide by force the political and economic destinies of other states.
The assault against the leader of Venezuela, compounded by the deaths of dozens of Venezuelan and Cuban citizens, in the eyes of many, has become a harbinger of a turn back to the era of lawlessness and U.S. domination by force, chaos, and lawlessness, which continues to afflict dozens of states in various regions of the world. There is no and can be no justification for the crimes cynically perpetrated by the United States in Caracas.
No country can act as the world's police, nor can any state presume to be the international judge. China firmly supports the government and people of Venezuela in safeguarding their sovereignty, security, and legitimate rights and interests.
The unilateral military strikes carried out by the United States of America against Venezuela and the abduction of President Nicolás Maduro and his spouse from Venezuelan territory for transfer to the United States wantonly violates the sovereignty and territorial integrity and independence of Venezuela.
In what appeared to be a doubling down on its initial announcement of taking control of Venezuela, the U.S. ambassador to the UN said that was not the case.
As Secretary Rubio has said, there is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country.
After extensive arguments and counter-arguments, the Security Council members proposed that the world body remain seized with the matter, particularly as its founding principles are being undermined.